Just quick, we're not used to doing these Sunday afternoon. So we have a special show today. We're going to see where this one goes. It is Mother's Day.
Yep.
Happy Mother's Day. So we thought that it would be fun to bring our mom on the show. So we, this is funny. So we're doing this with our mom. Welcome. You can talk now.
I can?
Yeah. You gotta get a little closer there.
Get closer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is your first, this is,
And what I say will be on the internet forever.
I told her, go, just make sure that whatever you say is going to be on the internet forever.
In the archives.
So, you know,
Okay.
just know. So, you've watched enough of these. We don't really have much of an agenda. We just talk.
Here's a random question for you.
Oh, there's already people asking questions.
No, this is my personal question.
Oh, okay.
We got a lot of feedback lately that there's just been a monstrous amount of ads on the live streams lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does
Somebody
YouTube,
said that.
No, but like multiple people. And then I was watching some other channels that I follow, and I was going through comments, and they were experiencing the same thing. That's like a YouTube decision.
Yeah,
right?
we have no say.
Yes.
We have a say in whether they run ads or not by monetizing it or not.
Right.
But we have no say in what ads they show, obviously, because they're personalized.
But do we have say over the frequency of ads? I don't think we do.
You know, you honestly might. I just click monetize and I don't click anything else. You probably do. I've not played with any of the settings. I know like some people get like different ads based on what you've been Googling. So I don't know.
You know, it's hilarious. I listened to this liberal. First of all, I listened to like tons of different YouTube news channels, both liberal, both conservative, and on all the liberal ones, every single ad is a Donald Trump ad.
Really?
I remember it's hilarious.
Bloomberg. We were getting Bloomberg ads.
Yeah.
Left and right. You were getting a lot of Bloomberg mail.
Yeah.
When I was living at your house. Yeah, we don't have say in what they run. We might have some say in the frequency.
I don't think we
messed
do.
with it.
Yeah.
I've never messed with it.
Like this one video I was watching from this other YouTuber had like 25 ads.
Really?
It was like an hour and a half long.
Maybe YouTube's getting desperate. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. So yeah, ads are there.
Yep.
So all right, we said this Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Yes.
Hopefully you're doing something fun. You're probably not live streaming like our mom though. You've watched most of these, haven't you?
I have.
So you know what you're in for.
I'm ready. Bring it on.
A lot of people A lot of people are wishing you Happy Mother's Day in the chat. There you go.
Well, two people. Because there's
3 people.
Okay, there we go.
Yep. So I thought this would be fun. We could talk about. Have you ever backpacked?
Have I ever backpacked? I have not.
We'll start there. Really?
I've hiked a lot.
Yeah.
I've slept out in the outdoors. I've slept in tents. I've slept outside. But have I ever carried everything on my back? No, I never have. But there's a first time for everything. So
When's the last time you slept in the woods?
in the woods, it's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Like 30 years? Like when you were
At
like
least.
a teenager?
No. I remember camping with your sister out in a tent.
Really?
Yes, in Maine.
Really?
When she was 2 years old. Yes, we took a tent to Maine, and it poured down rain all night. The tent leaked all night.
That
so
sounds
there you
terrible.
are. Good
Yeah, that
times.
sounds awesome.
Good times.
You wonder
It
why
was
our
way
sister
be-
hates camping.
It was way before.
But she's never camped.
Apparently
she did that
has.
night. She
Yeah,
did
but she
that
can't
night.
remember that.
It was way before good equipment. I mean, this was an old canvas tent that the rain, if you touched it, it started pouring in.
Hey,
So-
we won World War II and World War I.
With those
It
canvas
was
tents.
canvas
Canvas
tents. Canvas tents.
All right, here's a question for you.
Yes.
And this is actually a good thing because we've talked about this. So Ginger Rush says, I remember your son's coming to your house to cook a backpacking meal for the dehydrator. That was a Hungarian goulash. Any more recipes? We
that
talked about this.
Yeah, there's one I want to try. I want to try one with orzo. I want to try one by taking chicken breasts and chopping them up, sautéing them, and then combining them with some sautéed onions, mushrooms, maybe garden peas. And then I want to put orzo in and cook the orzo down in the broth and then see if we can't dehydrate that. That's my next thing I'm going to try.
The two issues you'll have is we have to get the chicken as tiny.
Oh, I know. I get that. We'll do tiny pieces.
And then peas don't dehydrate the nicest.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't?
No. And Backcountry Foodie talked about this too. They turn into like these tiny little green, these tiny little dark green peas, like very, very small, but they don't rehydrate back.
How about carrots?
I don't know. But
I'm
not
surprised peas don't.
Mushrooms?
Not mushrooms do
Yeah,
wonderfully.
mushrooms.
Okay,
Mushrooms
all
as
right.
well.
We'll do
But
mushrooms.
you could do the peas. It's just they won't rehydrate the same.
No, bag the peas. I'll try like shredded carrots.
We could
Now
buy,
that would be a good idea.
Yeah,
you
we'll
could-
try shredded carrots.
you could buy freeze dried peas and
No.
add those afterwards.
Do you want the laptop?
Now, I think I'm going to try, we'll do shredded carrots, sautéed onions, mushrooms, and chopped finely chicken. And then I'm going to make chicken broth, put that in there, put the orzo in there, and cook the orzo down in the chicken broth
Why orzo?
because it's a tiny pasta.
I like when she told me that. I
that's a
thought
good
that was a
idea.
good idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Yeah, and I thought I'm always trying to think of things that are small.
Yeah.
So
You've been
that's what we're
talking
gonna try.
about this recipe for
I know, I haven't done it.
many weeks.
I know, it's on the background.
There's nothing
It's on
else
the
going on.
background. I know, be quiet. Yes. Yeah, so that's okay this week. I promise you. This
What
week
about-
we will try it.
What about couscous? That's in the
Couscous?
chat.
That's a-
From
You know,
Mike
I've-
K.
I don't know about couscous. I've never tried couscous. I wonder if it would be too tiny.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. We could try it. We could actually, what I could do is try it with both and see which one we like better. Because
That sounds
couscous
kinda good.
is the same theory. You're
As rice,
you're
right?
cooking. Couscous, I think, is a flour derivative rather than a rice.
I thought it was a
I-
nut.
Couscous? I don't think so. I
Let's
think
find
it's
Andy.
flour. Andy can find out.
Andy, Google that. Isn't
Well,
it a nut?
And
What
orzo,
the hell
orzo
is
is not rice
couscous?
either.
Orzo's pasta.
Orzo's pasta.
Orzo's rice pasta. Isn't it a nut?
Couscous, I think it's not a
No,
nut.
it's
It's a pasta.
yeah, it's it has a nutty flavor.
What is
Yes.
it?
It's cracked pasta made from semolina.
It's semolina
so it is
flour.
pasta.
Yeah, it's pasta. Well, let's
Oh, I was
we'll
way
try
off.
we'll try couscous and we'll try orzo. We'll see which one works. the
Well,
best.
you don't even with the couscous. You could just buy it dried and then add it once
Yeah.
you've done all the
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
For those people listening, our mom is a total hipster when it comes to food. So this will be all organic. This will be purchased.
No
This
Doritos.
will be purchased
No
from
Doritos.
all the ingredients will come from Whole Foods.
Yes. Yes. Well.
So couscous is often considered a healthy alternative to pasta since it's made from whole wheat flour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why
yeah.
it's healthy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not even close to being a nut.
Yeah.
There's probably a whole.
what were you thinking? Like walnuts ground
I
up?
don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I got nothing there.
Oh no, there's no clue.
So what?
Oh, here we go.
What?
Ginger also commented and said, "What about lemon chicken? What about a lemon chicken orzo recipe?"
That sounds delicious. That's a good idea. Put some lemon juice in there. Good call, Ginger. Yeah, that's a good idea. Get some lemon juice, put that into the broth. Yeah, I like that idea. I'm going to go with that. Yeah,
Well,
good idea.
There you go. Hey,
That's
Ginger,
okay.
if you want to cook us food and dehydrate it, you're welcome to as
Yeah,
well.
yes. I will let you know how it turns out.
So what else have you been doing during this pandemic to stay busy? Have you learned any new skills? Have you? We all ask everybody this. Andy
Have
always.
I learned any new skills?
Andy asks
if you learn to tie
if
knots.
You learned to tie knots.
No, I have not learned to tie knots.
You have a puzzle now to do.
I do have a puzzle. I walk a lot. I ride my bike a lot. I don't. I was curious about. There's something on the internet. Somebody's offering free language classes. Like you can go online and you can learn a different language. And I thought,
what language would you learn?
I'd probably do French.
See,
I'd probably do French.
I've considered this because a lot of people who run do this because there's so much dead time running that they just listen to these things to learn language.
But how do you focus on that?
But for a couple things. One, I've seen people doing it, and you look like an absolute idiot because you're running down the path and practicing these. Like I saw a dude practicing Italian once. And two, I also thought though, I feel like if there's a language to learn in this country, it's got to be Spanish.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. I totally agree. That or Chinese.
yeah,
Yeah, Mandarin.
Mandarin.
You're gonna pick up Mandarin.
No, I'm
Our
not.
That's
our
gonna be
our family's
No.
strong. Our strong Chinese roots.
no.
We have no Chinese roots.
Mandarin would be a difficult one to learn while you're running.
Yes,
No.
I think any of them would be difficult.
But I
Yeah.
do agree. Maybe I'll switch from French to Spanish because the Spanish is, yeah, you're right.
I just
You're
think you
right.
gotta learn
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
I always thought about it. I
So
don't know.
yeah, I've been knitting. I've been, let's see, what else have I been doing? Reading, working puzzles, working my garden, riding my bike, walking. Yeah.
Staying active.
Staying active. Staying active. I wish I had the impetus. I'm a big yoga person, but
You are.
I am. But I am finding that I'm not a big yoga person when I don't have a class to go to. I'm not very self-motivated, so that's not good.
When the restaurants open back up, what restaurant are you looking forward to going to most? You're a big
I know.
foodie.
I'm a
think
big foodie.
I think I already know the answer to that.
Really?
It's gotta be
I
North
think.
Star.
Well, I knew you were gonna think I was gonna say North Star, but
Correct.
actually,
You
no.
did. Yes, that-
Actually, what I'm going to say is the patio at Barcelona.
If you're
Because I'm in the patios. I would want to start out
Well,
on a
what
patio.
what
So-
about the patio at Lindy's?
patio
That's not
Barcelona's
bad.
better.
Like a brunch?
I like the patio at Barcelona better, but I also like North Star. That would be my second choice
For,
on the patio.
For people listening, Ohio is opening up patios,
On
restaurant patios on the 15th.
Friday.
So
Now, am I going to be there
are
on the 15th?
you going to go there on the 15th?
No.
How
And
long
not
are you
even
going to
the
wait?
16th. That's a good question. How long am I going to wait?
You got to wait
Ooh.
for the numbers.
Yeah, I will probably wait for the numbers. Yeah, I'm very distrustful, and it's interesting that I have become the new norm is eating in, not eating out. Whereas 2 months ago the new norm or the old norm was eating out, not eating in, and now it's.
Do you think we see a fundamental shift in restaurant dining from here on out?
I honestly do. I really do. I think people have learned to enjoy being at home.
Being
Cooking
at home's
home.
great.
I think absolutely,
it is.
absolutely, and maybe that's one of the lessons we'll take from all of this.
I
Is
think-
that we do enjoy being
I think
home.
we will see, I'm hoping we see a fundamental shifts, and Asia's been doing this since SARS, but I hope we see a fundamental shift in during flu season, people wearing masks.
Absolutely,
I hope that sticks around.
absolutely.
Just during
There's-
flu season, though.
Do you know if there's any since masks are new to our culture, but is there data out there that
Yes.
shows the
Yes.
effectiveness of it?
Yes. There is plenty of studies. In fact, as you would logically,
I mean, it makes
expect.
sense. It makes sense.
there's been a couple good studies that the NIH has done many years ago. They did studies on this in like the 70s, but literally wearing anything is better than nothing, as you would expect.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if you're controlling
and
stuff
people, and
coming
you know,
out of you.
you know what chaps my ass is the counter argument.
That's going to be on the internet
Yeah.
forever.
I don't
I've
care.
said way worse.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my last.
We've done way worse.
This is my
things.
last scientific soapbox. When people say masks are not effective because the virus is too small to go, the virus is small enough that it will go through the mask. The virus is small. It's certainly smaller than the holes in any mask, but the virus circulates in respiratory droplets, and what happens is the droplet itself will get stuck on the mask, and then the virus isn't going to just, I don't know, there's probably some like ambient wind conditions where it could happen, but the virus is not going to just self-permeate through the mask.
Right.
But the whole point is the mask stops respiratory droplets. Now, there are viruses, I can't think of any actually at the top of my head, but they do exist that do circulate not in
Right.
respiratory droplets. So then you're kind of screwed.
Right. Well, I mean, historically, they've had pictures all over the internet lately of people wearing masks during the 1918 Spanish flu outbreak.
Yeah, and another thing they did during the Spanish flu outbreak, which they're starting to do now, is they do blood transfusions from
Yeah.
from people who
Yeah.
had it and
Oh,
that
the
helped.
plasma. Now they're just
Now there's two plasma.
plasma. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
not much has changed.
Yeah.
No.
100 years.
Didn't and I believe the concept of social distancing came from the Spanish flu too.
The concept of social distancing came from the Black Plague.
No kidding.
Well, no, like organized social
Maybe
distancing.
the concept of
Yeah.
quarantine came from the Black Plague. So I don't know if you can relate that to social distancing. But I was also listening to another thing. This is kind of an interesting point. You know what happened right after the plague of the 1300s? We had the Renaissance.
Renaissance.
And
Yeah.
a lot of people,
That's
like,
because
for instance,
it killed off
Yeah.
all the stupid people.
that's it.
No,
No,
stop.
no. Hey,
No.
that's not entirely inaccurate.
Oh God.
A couple things. Isaac Newton, I'm pretty sure, invented calculus when he was in quarantine, and we're doing puzzles.
We're doing
I don't
puzzles.
know.
Yeah.
He did something crazy. I don't know. But they do think, all the time people
The time
spent
people
locked up
had that gave them
gave
time,
them time to do
to
this,
create.
to invent calculus.
So are we
Yes.
going to see a renaissance?
You never know.
There's
I
going to
think-
there's going to be a renaissance in like the lessons learned, and then going like BAU for like a lot more virtual things.
I think you're going to see a fundamental shift in people working from home.
Yes.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
because I think I'm hoping what they're going to see, and so this will have a waterfall effect, I believe, on commercial real estate. But I do think you're going to see. I know our employer will certainly be looking at the data, and I don't think you're going to see a tremendous drop in productivity for people who work from home. If their job is, if your job is to sit in front of a computer all day,
Yeah.
I think they're going to see that, hey, these people working from home, they're not being that much less productive versus the fact that we got to buy office space for them. That's huge overhead. So I feel like we'll have a shift in that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
and I
totally
do
agree.
think, like, because Google just announced it, but Google's having their employees work from home until 2021, at least most of them. So I think our employer, like, I think most people, like, I don't think people are just going back to the office if you don't have to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I'm getting pretty sick of working from home. I still go into the office like every other week for like a half day.
That not me. We're not allowed to.
I go to use the shipping center.
I'll ship stuff. For
I
you.
get crazy shipping discounts. I just go in for a half day. Nobody's there. You get free food too. I also think, and Andy and I are, and I think you're seeing this right now. I think people are itching to get outside.
Oh, outside is the best medicine for.
But
the weather
ran
would
this morning. The
just-
weather is shit right now.
If it would just
everyone's
get
outside right
consistent-
now.
If it would just get consistent for spring.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to see a lot of people, especially come Memorial Day weekend. I think you're going to see a lot of people hitting the backpacking trails. I think so.
Oh, I think people have. It's got cabin. Everybody's got cabin fever. They're ready,
Yeah.
and it's a great way. I mean, being outside it's totally easy to social distance, especially if you get in wide open spaces.
Yeah, you wouldn't know that on the bike path in downtown Columbus. Though.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been down. I avoid
And,
that.
Wow, there's people everywhere. So not only are you dodging geese, which are in the peak of their like almost out of nesting season, so they're pissed off, but you got the pissed off geese. You got more people outside than I believe you would normally have because people have been cooped up outside, and nobody's wearing masks out there.
No.
Nobody. I can't blame the runners.
Yeah.
I'm running. I'm not wearing a mask.
I'm
I
not
just
either.
avoid people. I take these huge, awkward, like if I see someone coming, I just take
Yeah.
these like really awkward, like U's around them.
I do too.
And then if someone passes me, I like stop and peel off. Because another thing people don't realize, and there were some studies that came out of Europe that showed, and this is not specific to this virus, but when you're running or biking, when you're exhaling, that gets pulled into the vacuum behind you. So you leave the faster you're going,
vapor trail.
you leave a trail of stuff that will gradually sink to the ground. And so when people pass me on their bike or they're running, I will like veer to the side and then slow down or stop until they're like 20 or 30 feet ahead of me and let that kind of hit the ground, because I don't want to be breathing their air.
No.
Well, that's one thing. Like I spent an afternoon this week down at Audubon Park, and I didn't wear a mask. Should I have had a mask on?
Yes.
I was never I was never close to people, but do I start wearing a mask now when I walk my dogs, when I ride my bike?
It's true. I guess if you're not close to people.
I don't know.
I bring my little gator running with me just so if I need to, like if there's a group of people that look sickly to me, I can throw it on my face.
Yeah.
But I don't wear it. No one's wearing masks outside. Nobody.
Mm-mm.
Now in the grocery store,
Yeah.
the rare times I go in, people are wearing masks there.
Yeah.
We just picked up food. Maybe 50% had masks on.
Yeah.
But outdoor, biking, walking, running, walking dogs, nobody's wearing masks.
I would say walking, I see maybe 15% people are wearing a mask, just out for a stroll.
Yeah. And then I see a lot of people just covering their face. Like they don't got a mask. They got like a scarf on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I guess that's better than
bandana,
nothing.
a
Yeah.
gator.
The
yeah.
bandana is my favorite because you look like an outlaw.
Yeah.
You look like Billy the Kid.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna start wearing a bandana.
Yeah.
Why?
A black one.
I've been wearing a medical mask the whole time. No, I'm switching to bandana.
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
You at least look badass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about the coronavirus.
I know, but it's the only thing going on right now.
I was hoping you would have some sort of like funny stories about us being outside growing up.
Well, I do. I was thinking about that when I was coming over here today, and I do have a couple of funny stories
I'm sure people
kind of
would like to
popped
hear
up
them.
in my mind. The one that came to mind first was we were out in Jackson Hole. We were at Jackson Lake, and we had walked down to the edge of the lake, and it was Kevin and I.